Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the officials for this match. First referee, Camila Bando. Second referee, Philip Nunez. Let us now meet the starters. First, for the University of the East Junior Red Warriors. Opposite hitter number 2, Lance Plestado. Setter number 3, Ralph Mosuala. Middle blocker number 6, Aaron Ancheta. Outside hitter number 7, Lance Babon. Another outside hitter number 13, Chilwo Manalo. Middle blocker number 14, Clarence Guillanan. And the starting libero number 15, Charles Mosuala. Coaching the Junior Red Warriors is Rafi Mosuala. It is now time to meet the starters for the De La Salle Santiago Zobel Junior Spikers. Outside hitter number 5, Oriol Rojas. Opposite hitter, their team captain number 8, Blake Domana. Middle blocker number 7, Kyle Aure. Another outside hitter number 14, Floyd Marinduque. Middle blocker number 22, Philip Talens. And the starting libero number 12, Juan Papa. Coaching the Junior Spikers is Ronnie Gakula.
Presenting the starters for the UE Junior Red Warriors. We have Plestado, Guillanan, Babon, Mosuela, Manalo, Ancheta, and the other Mosuela. So we have the son and yung pamangkin ni Coach Rafi sa kanyang starting lineup. Kabila naman, we have Talents, Rojas, Failana, Papa, Dumana, Marinduque, and Aure beginning for De La Salle Zobel. The guys for La Salle are wearing green with complementary white. On the other end for UE, they're wearing white with complementary red. For today, UE is coming in with a record of 9 wins and only 1 loss. That's the USD in 3 sets last week. They were able to recover with a statement victory against FEU, our defending champions in their previous stint. Right now, they do have a couple of their youngsters, including this guy, Ralph Mosuela, the son of Coach Rafi, who will be their starting setter for today. He already has palarong pambansa experience on his belt, and he has actually gotten himself some good playing time already in season 86. But speaking of good playing time, and moreover, great performances by himself, Mario Rojas, the top scorer of De La Salle Zobel, delivers the first point of this match. This guy is a former basketball player himself, but he has obviously loved volleyball as a transferee from Arellano, now becoming the star of De La Salle Zobel. First point on the other end for UE. By the way, for those of you who are watching us on Pilipinas Live, thank you. And why don't you come join us as well inside the Adamson University gym. Invite your friends and family so that we can witness these great talents in high school volleyball in front of our eyes all together. As we just saw a service ace. That's by Lance Babon, one of the go-to attackers of University of the East all season long. Strong serve, but a good receive by Floyd Marinduque, leading onto that hit by Mario Rojas. Mario Rojas started late in the season because of some paper problems, having transferred, as I just mentioned, alongside his buddy in Chris Pallega. As soon as he came in, De La Salle Zobel won. He was the best player in his first game. And right now, he's going up against Clarence Guillanan and the top team of UE. It's going to be interesting how the green shirts can size up against these much taller players of UE. Clarence Guillanan, the son of Penelope Atip, as I mentioned, a former UP player herself. Ashton Dumana, that's Blake Dumana. Tried to score to no avail. Tough dig by Juan Papa. Unfortunately, the ball sails out off of Blake. And it's another point for UE. 4-2 now. UE's schedule is actually quite interesting because after this game, they will face the two bottom teams in UP and Ateneo. And then they will end the preliminaries going up against the number 2 team in National University, who just won earlier today against UPIS in 3 straight sets. Manalo attacks, scramble on the other end, and no more recovery for the guys in green. There you see head coach Ronnie Gakula, silent as always. 5-2. Failana onto Dumana from the opposite side. Chase there. Great effort by Guianan. Counter for De La Salle Zobel. Nice coverage by Juan Papa. This will be a chance ball given up. Ooh! Bit wide there on the push by Mario Rojas. If that went in, that would have been one heck of a point for Mario. 5-3. Clarence Guianan serving it straight to the back. Failana gives it on to Floyd Marinduque, the guy who started playing volleyball just with his cousins. He also wanted to play basketball, but because of his height, he's not actually the tallest guy. He eventually transitioned into this sport. Now you would actually get a review from their head coach Ronnie Gakula, as you just got to witness an attack point coming from Aaron Ancheta, one of the youngsters of UE. But talking about the evaluation of coach Ronnie Gakula, he expects his attackers, especially Floyd Marinduque and Mario Rojas, if they're going to transition onto the collegiate ranks, he expects them to become liberos because they're not exactly tall hitters, which would be very challenging. Even Josh Ibanez is taller than these two players. 4-7. Here's Manalo from the open angle. That's a nice block by Kyle Aure. We actually have his mom watching here at the sideline. A clean one in terms of his return. You gotta love that. Kyle Aure utilizing his height. But it's not just about your height and length. It's also about timing, about reads. 5-7. Nice serve by Blake. But a better attack there coming from Chilwu Manalo. Was able to score against Jareth Failana on the one-on-one coverage. 8-5. Chilwu is now at the service line. Usually he comes off the bench for UE. Just made a mistake there. Service was a bit low. 6-8. Back with Floyd Marinduque. Nice serve by the second best scorer of De La Salle Zobel all season long. A complete miss received by Chilwu Manalo. Floyd will try to do it again as he tries to tie things up. 7-8. Strong serve, but a better receive, leading onto that back row hit. Chased by Jareth. And here's Mario Rojas. Attack error committed by Mario. His ball was low. But we've seen those types of varied attacks from Mario Rojas all season long. It's not necessarily hammers coming from him, much like what we talked about with Yuan Mendoza in the previous game. He knows how to read defenses. Oh, speaking of reading defenses, that's an attacking setter for UE. Ralph Mosuela, who obviously is tall enough to get them good blocks. And much like other tall setters like Owa Retamar, even Dina Wong in the women's division, he's able to drop that ball in 1-2 fashion. Mario Rojas back at it again from the left pin. 8-10. Kyle Auren will have his turn now. There's the serve, sailing in. Manalo with the first ball. Masuela goes to the open. Pailana on to their leading scorer. Mario Rojas could not score. There's Babon on the other end, challenging the defense of Floyd Marinduque. And a point for Lance. There you go. Felipe Talents was nowhere near being able to block that hit by Lance Babon. 11-8. Ralph Masuela. Misreceived by Floyd Marinduque, who quickly apologizes to his teammates. It's an ace for Ralph. Can't help but wonder how Coach Rafi feels every time Ralph is on the floor. Regalo, and that's too easy. Clarence Guianan with a very early Christmas gift. Or should we say a late Christmas gift as well. Push by Felipe Talents. Great effort by the libero. That was Masuela. Unfortunately, Manalo could not send that ball to the other end of the court. It's another point for De La Salle Zobel as they trim the lead. And Coach Rafi is now on his feet, feeling some sense of urgency. Remember, if you're UE, you can't forget about the fact that you lost just last week. Can't afford to relax as you approach the Final Four. Mario Rojas against three blockers. No problem for DLSZ's top scorer. He's just so entertaining to watch with the way he folds his body mid-air. Masuela onto the opposite. Tough dig by Failana and the save by Papa. Masuela keeping it alive on the other end. And they go to Guianan, who just scored another point. (14-10) now. It's been Clarence Guianan and Lance Babon who have been scoring. Pailana back sets. Rojas with a cross. Nice read by Ralph. Back row, that's short for Lance. DLSZ keeping it tight. And Coach Rafi is looking at something. I wonder what that could have been. There was a serious look on his face. We shall continue. Mario Rojas. Middle hit. Papa was there with a very tough dig. Let's see if it will all be worth it. Counter by UE. Papa with another dig. Failana to the open. Off-speed hit. Masuela will send it to the other side. A chance for De La Salle Zobel. Talents could not score. Masuela to the open. Manalo finds a hole. It was a miscommunication error between Juan Papa and Mario Rojas. But usually, as we say, the convention is play right. Whoever has the ball on his right side usually gets the ball. But then again, that's just convention. We don't know what the practice is for each and every team. Dumana mishits, and that ball doesn't go through. We actually have Blake Dumana's mom as well sitting here at the sideline. It's the parents of Kyle Aure and Blake Dumana supporting their sons together. Here's Blake. That's low again for the team captain of De La Salle Zobel. And Coach Ronnie will call for time. They're down by 6. Back for your action between De La Salle Isabel and University of the East. This is Mix Gomez at your service. We are in set number 1. The score reads 17-12. Sorry, that's 18-11 now. Off of that error committed by Floyd Marinduque. Wasn't able to tip that ball through. Short. Gianan sends it to the other end. Failana saving the ball, leading on to that push. And here's the counter. Papa with another great dig. Marinduque. Coverage was there for one. Dumano on the other end. Another short hit. It's been a struggle this afternoon for Blake Dumana. But there's Jared Failana continuing to motivate his team captain. Gianan with the serve. Failana on to Floyd. Great save by UE. Here's Manalo. That's long. (12 serving 19). Philippe Talens now take his turn as Papa gets a breather. Their middle blocker, Kyle Aure, just returned. Philippe will send it to the other side. Ralph just set up Ancheta, causing that scramble on the other end, and it's a point for UE. It's Aaron Ancheta delivering the goods. Now we have a double sub. We have Carl Reyes and the usual starting setter in Moy Sumagaysay checking in. Moy is a graduating player, and he will be serving now. 20-12. Ball in, Marinduque, not the best of receives though. Floyd will send it to the other side. Ball up by Masuela. And from the right pin, that was Carl Reyes, who just gave UE a point. 21-12. Sumagaysay giving out some instructions first before he sends that ball to the other end. That's in. Mario Rojas with a beautiful receive. Great dig on the other end by Masuela. Push. Marinduque will give up a free ball, supposedly. But that sailed long. And we have another substitution for UE. It's Kenzie Caro checking in for the first time, replacing Lance Babon. 10-point advantage. Mr. Sumagaysay. Ooh, miscue. Papa just giving up the ball into the other end. And here's the combination counter. Chilbu Manalo with the hammer for UE. (23-12) now. Failana back to the left pin. Nice rejection by UE, but El Salzabel was still able to get that ball through. Here's Floyd off speed. Masuela going to the left pin. What a setup. Here's the counter for LaSalle. Marinduque, ball deflected. Longest rally so far. Back set to Carl. Nice. Carl Reyes able to target zone number 5 with that beautiful push. Papa unable to get that ball up anymore as he was on his way to the ground. 12 set points for UE. Received by Mario. Failana back to Floyd on the cross. Masuela was there. Back row hit. And that's it. Kenzie Caro will finish things in set number 1. The guy fresh off the bench. He hasn't even broken a sweat so far. Targeting the back row, challenging the defense of Mario Rojas. He had a close one at the start, but there was a pull away by the top-seeded team in the league. The score is settled at 25-12 as we take a look at some highlights in the first set. Marinduque had some moments before he was checked by the end of set number 1. A 1-2 there by Ralph Masuela as well. Mario Rojas, even though he had a couple of blockers in front of him, still able to prevail. Well, if you think about it, you can see almost all attackers being utilized by UE in the first set, so that's definitely a great sign for the Junior Red Warriors. We'll be back for set number 2. Back inside the Adamson University Gym in San Marcelino for your matchup between De La Salle Isabel and University of the East. UE just won the first set of this matchup in dominating fashion, especially at the latter part of set 1. And again, this is a game wherein we've seen the youngsters on the court for Coach Rafi Masuela. There still is no sign of their leading man in JJ Makam, but it has been no problem for Ralph Masuela and company. On the other end, it's good to see Chris Paliega for the first time as he shows up for De La Salle Isabel. It's himself alongside Mario Rojas as the 1-2 punch recruited in the off-season by Coach Ronnie Gakula. Those two are actually best friends, coming from different places. Paliega hails from Las Piñas, while Mario Rojas, as I mentioned, came from Arellano University. They were actually discovered playing just around Ayala. I assume that's Ayala Alabang, and here they are now. An error committed by Clarence Guianan, which means the first point belongs to the guys in green for set number 2. Jared Pailana with another nice serve. And a dig by Papa. One has been very busy, but he's been very efficient as well with his floor defense. Lefty hit by Lance Plastado, catching the defense of De La Salle Isabel off guard. There you go. It's a back row. It's a pipe attack coming from Lance. 1-all. Here's Ralph Masuela. Ooh, that's long. Chris Paliega thought of getting that ball, but obviously it was already sailing outside. Second error for UE in the set, giving up 2 points for Mario Rojas and company. Here's Mario. Ball in. Charles Masuela got the first ball. Ralph with the set. Onto the monstrous hit by Lance Plastado. Well, he's off to a great start. Just towering through against the net defense of Philippe Talents and company. Lance Babon, nice receive by Juan Papa. Marinduque going cross. Whistle blown before the ball dropped. There's a net touch by a Red Warrior. Looks like it was Plastado. La Salle with the advantage, 3-2. Philippe Talents. Misreceived by Babon. Plastado will return it to Lance. And here's the counter. Marinduque is rejected by Lance Plastado. Only one blocker needed in order to return the ball to the sender. Great effort there by Lance. 3-all now. Back set, and there's the push. A chance for UE. Masuela touched the net with his back. Well, it was tight already at the start for Ralph to even try to get that ball. 4-3, back and forth we go. Question is, can La Salle sustain this? We are also close in set number 1. At least at the start of it. Pailana will choose Marinduque, who's again rejected, but Papa was there for the coverage. Rojas sending it to the back, and there's a chase by Mosuela, who goes to Flestado, who then sent that ball long outside. You gotta love the face. The facial expressions and reactions of Lance Flestado, who seems to be very animated as a player. 5-3 now. Chris Baliega. Nice serve. Chilwo Manalo. Met at the net one more time. Mr. Manalo. This time it's short. LaSalle now has a 3-point advantage. And you can only wonder what the next move will be for Coach Rafi Mosuela. There still is no sign of JJ Macam. Ralph onto Flestado. He's been the go-to scorer of UE in the set. Four serving 6. Papa with the receive. Aure with the point. Gotta love it from the big guy, Kyle Aure. And here's Floyd Marinduque now. 7 serving 4. Ball scraped the net. That's long for Lance Flestado. May onting gigil. And now, it's a double sub. Carl Reyes and John Sumagaysay back at it again to replace Ralph Mosuela and Lance Flestado. They're down by 4 against Floyd Marinduque, who continues to serve in the rest of De La Salle Zobel. Here comes Floyd. The approach. And the serve straight to the back. Manalo with the receive. Sumagaysay gives it back to Chilwo Manalo. Oh my goodness, what a play that was. A perfect receive. Actually, not the best of receives, but a nice chase and the perfect setup by John Sumagaysay. Tough receive there, leading onto a net touch. Violation committed by Kyle Aure. It's now 6-8. UE with a mini comeback. But can they actually complete it? They're down by 2. Chilwo Manalo. The serve is long. It was sharp though, but it was just a bit long. 9-6. Kyle Aure will now be serving. That ball is in. Sumagaysay goes to the quick. And Ancheta quickly delivers with a point. You've seen this a lot of times. With the change in setters, there's also a quick change in terms of the outcome of the next points. Sumagaysay has been a positive influence so far. Mario Rojas tried to do the same. Unfortunately, that ball sails out for him. Went wide in the previous sequence. So the lead has been trimmed down to 1. We have Siron Montemayor off of that serve. Oh, sorry, that was actually Ancheta. Aaron Ancheta. And a point for De La Salle Zobel off of a hit from the left pin. Ten to 8. Jareth Failana. Ball in, but a misreceive. Reyes returning it middle. And a chance for the green shirts. Mario Rojas. Nice. Sending it left. Just avoiding the blockers and reaching the line. That was actually quite risky. But there you go. It's well enough for him to get that ball inside. 3-point advantage. Counter by Lance Babon. Down the line hit. Well, Lance himself is a generational player, with his kuya having played for UE back in the day. And he was a team captain as well. Speaking of his kuya. Babon with another point here, able to return that ball to the side of DLSZ. So UE has been whispering from behind. But let's see if they can actually tie the ball game up and ultimately grab the lead. Carl Reyes now serving. Mario Rojas off speed. And here's Babon again, who finds zone number 1. Great setup, by the way, by Clarence Gianan. Now we're no, Carl Reyes sending that ball straight to Chris Vallega. Pushed by Mario, and a chance for UE. They go to the runner. Was there a check? It looks like there wasn't. The ball just sailed out for Clarence Gianan. Advantage returning to the side of Mario Rojas and company. 12-11. Mario serves straight onto Charles Mosuela. Here's Babon. Tried to drop the ball to no avail. Babon again, sending it cross. Papa's effort was not enough to get that ball up. Great read by Lance. Finding an opening, challenging the defense of the libero. Mario Rojas with a beautiful receive. Unfortunately, the set wasn't the best for Chris Vallega. And that was an easy return by the blockers of UE. Looks like it was Gianan. Or it might have been Sumagaysay. Didn't have the best angle there. Now UE has the lead, 13-12. Here's Floyd. Short. That was low for Floyd Marinduque. And now it's a 2-point advantage, just like that for UE. Let's see how De La Salle Isabel can respond, if they can. Sumagaysay going quick. Ball returned. They recalculate. Nice net defense by La Salle. Another attacker there. It's Carl Reyes. Read well by the floor defense. And that hit is long for Floyd. The lead is now starting to balloon little by little for UE. The Warriors actually trailed by 4 points at some point in the set. 15 serving 12. Here's Lance Babon. That is long. And we have a change on the other end. Floyd Marinduque will take a breather. It's Jaden Espares checking in for the guys in green. 13 serving 15. Philippe Talents. Ball up by Mosuela. And here's Manalo. Tipping it over. Mario Rojas. Sending it to his buddy. Still no point. Slide didn't work as well. Back and forth we go. Chance now for UE. Sumagaysay to the left bin. Whistle blown. Violation. De La Salle Isabel. That's a touch. Easy call for the referees against Chris Vallega. 16-13 now. Juan Papa over received there, and it's an easy return for Aaron Ancheta. An 8-point swing in favor of the Junior Red Warriors, 17-13. It's Luis Polientes, who's usually a starting middle blocker for UE, now serving. One Papa over receive again. That's tough for Jared Failana to try to even save. So now we have a timeout courtesy of Coach Ronnie Gakula. We're back with Luis Polientes serving for University of the East. It's been a 9-point swing. Let's see if UE can continue their streak so that they can escape with a second set victory already in this matchup. There's a clear net touch. Violation committed by Jaden Espares. Lead is 6 now. See the approach. The first referee's eyes was right there. Right there. For the easy call. Mario Rojas from the back. It's been a while since he has scored. Kyle Aure will give it up onto Espares. And that was read well by Sumagay Sai and Ancheta. Babon will now take a breather. And Kenzie Caro will return for UE. Luis Polientes back at it. Back set by Failana. Scramble on the side of UE and a chance for LaSalle. Can they capitalize? Not yet. Sumagay Sai. Back row hit. That's low. On the attack by Carl Reyes. LaSalle is still in this. 14 serving 20. But they're going to have to climb their way back in this game. Nice receive. Nice the setup. And that ball is in for Carl. That met the line for one of the tallest spikers that we have representing UE. 21-14. Espares challenged at the net. They recover. Espares again. That was deflected. And it's a point. Rightfully so. The players of De La Salle Isabel celebrated as if they won the set. How about the guts of that guy coming off the bench? Jaden Espares challenging two taller blockers. Now he serves. Straight in. Charles Masuela with the receive. Oh, Papa with the dig. Mario Rojas sending it to the back. Sumagay Sai. Pipe. That's long. Back-to-back points for the guys in green. 16 serving 21. Back with Jaden. Espares. There's the approach. And that ball sails inside. Carl Reyes. Oh, nice dig. Battle at the net. That was returned to the side of the green shirts. And it happened twice as Carl Reyes scores. It's been a tough day. Reyes again, he scores. (23-16) now, and we have a timeout. Coach Ronnie Gakula. UE is now 2 points away from a set 2 victory against DLSZ. It's 23, serving 16. It's Chilwoo Manalo back at the service line. Ball in straight to Juan Papa. Middle hit. Ooh, whistle blown. Violation by a green shirt. Net touch. Quick eyes there by our referee. And so we have 8 set points for UE. Remember, at some point they were down by 4 in this set. So it's a quick and very convincing turnaround. Unfortunately, that ball goes out for Chilwoo Manalo, who has given us some strong serves, to say the least, in this game already. 17-24, Kyle Aure. That's low and short. And so that's it for set number 2. A great comeback for University of the East. They're 1 set away from yet another victory as they try to reach double figures in terms of wins already in the tournament. Some highlights. Kyle Aure with a very precious moment there. There's Mario Rojas. Able to find the best angle in that sequence. Lance Babon on the other end has some counters on his own. But how about the setting of Moiso Magsaysay and his connection with Carl Reyes, the double sub coming off the bench, proving to be very effective. 25-12, 25-17.